Hi, this is Christopher Brown here. Easy Breezy Math, where the math makes sense. It's not just a bunch of numbers. I wanted to do a quick video today about creating a positive environment in your classroom. Okay, this is extremely important. You want your classroom to develop, it's going to take on its own personality and its own theme, and you want to control that if you're the master of your classroom. Now, this isn't just for math teachers, this is for any teacher. One of the things I do in my class, because I constantly ask questions about how to do the math and how to do the material, one thing I never ever do is I never say the word no. That's right. That word no, that definitive two-letter word is extremely detrimental in the classroom. Think about it. You have 180 days in a school year. That's 180 hours. If you say no over 5 or 6 times, you're saying no to them 1,000 times. They're constantly hearing no, no, no. This will slowly create a negative environment in your classroom. And this goes for your tutoring as well. You're tutoring students and they're giving you an answer and your reply is no again and again. This just beats them down and it kills all the creativity they need to do math. Well, let's think about that. Math is very creative, right? The easiest thing our brains do is memorize. We can memorize things usually at a very young age. It doesn't take much to memorize information. But to take this memorized information and apply it to new situations constantly, that's life and that's math. Okay. So when we take this information, use this information to solve problems, that's how we do math. We have to try and try different ways until we get it right. Okay. There's a lot of trial and error that goes on in math. And when those errors come up, we want them to feel like they can try again. So I don't say the word no. Now, of course, I'm going to let them know when they didn't give me the correct answer, right? But you might hear silence from me. You might not hear anything. You might hear maybe or this, me trying to lead them to the right answer, right? There's so many different ways I can respond without saying the word no. You might hear me just go ahead and say, okay, but today we'll say it's this, or not on Wednesdays. That's only the answer on Saturdays. Anything what I want to do just to create a light environment, keep it a friendly environment, and don't beat them down with a negative response for those answers, okay? This just works. You want them to be able to do this because also when you say no to one student, another student is going to hear that. And they're going to hear them getting that no, that negative reaction. So you think they're going to feel very voluntary about getting the right answer? Many times they might still be, but they'll be more so if they know they're not going to get shut down with the word no. That negativity really beats students down and gets them into a bad mindset that we don't want them to be in for math. We want them to stay creative. We want them to continue to yell out answers. I don't have to make them raise their hands. I want to hear those answers. When I hear more answers, now I know how they're thinking. I know one answer I might get, oh, they didn't distribute the negative. That's why they gave me that answer. Oh, they forgot to deal with the fraction. So me hearing those answers, creating that environment where everyone wants to respond and wants to give an answer because there's no fear of hearing that hard no, just makes a world of difference in your classroom. It's one of the major steps you can take to creating a positive environment for any class, not just math. By the way, I'm a math teacher. I'm not the YouTuber. I seriously do teach math. I've been doing so for over 28 years. And these are just, again, some of the tips that I've picked up. Try not to say the word no. See how it works. I may say the word no once or twice my entire school year. Not something they're going to hear in my class, which is why students tend to I'll say they tend to enjoy my classrooms. All right. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe to see more tips and more videos.